Hey guys, it's Paul Jane. Just gonna go over with you five best side hustles for teachers, and I'm gonna speak in terms of personal experience. I've tried a lot of different things. I'm telling you a lot, and uh, I'm just gonna go over what I think is the best. Here's what I think is the best: is land investing. It's the thing that basically got me out of my teaching position. And what I did was I bought $100 lots in New Mexico and then flipped it for 500 to like $1,500. So I picked up $100 lots, sold it for 500. Picked up a couple $300 lots, sold it for like 900. Right? Bought a couple for 1,000 and then flipping it for $2,000 and $3,000. Right? I did that in New Mexico. There's some cheaper counties in New Mexico. Knowing the things that I do know now, I wouldn't necessarily focus there, but it's a great proof of concept place. And what we did was we started stacking these deals with cash deals, but with land investing, you get owner financing and cash, and you essentially build up two streams of income here, right? Now, the thing that I love about land investing is um, it's whenever you make make a capital purchase, um, in any other kind of business, whether it's coaching or marketing or this or that, um, that money you don't necessarily know if there's going to be a return unless you're doing tracking and you're like pretty good with marketing stuff. But with like land investing, it's a pretty simple process. Some people focus on auctions or I just think direct mail is one of the easiest way to pick up these lots. But there's different ways to kind of go about it. But whenever you buy something, let's say I bought something for $1,000. Well, if I'm buying something for $1,000, I'm buying an asset 25 cents to 50 cents on the dollar, meaning that later on I could sell this for, somewhere between, if I picked it up for 1,000, I'm selling it between $2,000 to $4,000. Somewhere around there, I am selling it either for cash or for owner financing. There's been times that I paid for coaching, paid over $5,000 for stuff. I've paid courses where I paid $1,000, $2,000, right? Go check some of the stuff out. I Agency Hypergrowth paid 6,500. ClickFunnels paid 2,000. Paid 2,000, like 1,500 for Jason Wardrobe's course. I paid $500 for Income School. I paid hundreds, no, thousands of dollars for like land and investing courses and stuff. Like my thing is one of the cheapest stuff out there. But yeah, I've paid and invested a lot at this point, and I plan on investing more on myself still. But in terms of like teachers, I think anyone with like a 9 to 5 where time is limited, land investing is so good because you're gonna buy an asset even if it doesn't sell right away. At some point it is gonna sell. I just think it's pretty invaluable. So learning land investing and this world, you know let's just compare it with like housing, like the flipping model. It's the capital that you would need to get started is much less. You don't have to necessarily have to borrow money to get this going. I started with a couple $100 lots. um but it's like if you're gonna get into house flipping or something, you have to get a hard money lender or get private money, right? Or you need substantial amount of cash. You also need good comms. You need a realtor. You need all these kind of things. With land, it's not like that. This kind of goes into, so with land investing, there's two income streams, but I'll tell you like another income stream here. So this is the second part for the side hustle, is that you could actually do these JV partnerships. JV means joint ventures, but basically like, hey, if you work with another land investor and they bring a deal, you can partner with them by bringing the money. You save the investor, capital expenses for the land, so you could focus on lead generation and get more lane deals. But if you're not really there, if you do these partnerships, you get these deals, you partner up with them, and you split it 50-50 or 60-40 or 40/60, whatever splits that you come up with. And it's a way to get plugged in and you become the bank, right? Like literally, right? So these kind of go hand in hand, land investing and land funder. But there's people that just skip into land investing, go right to land funder. You'll see on the housing side in the real estate world, there's people that are wholesalers and flippers, rehabbers that eventually get into hard money. They lend their money out to other people that find deals, but if with like land, it's a much smaller capital investment compared to flipping houses, right, and funding those types of deals. So keep that in mind. The third one that people don't really talk about, and I found this out just through a lot, right, like just looked at so many different things, but essentially the idea is you have some kind of strength, some kind of knowledge from whatever you've done, and usually it's going to be one of three things. It's either going to be you know how to make money, um, you know how to get like good health, or you know how to get something with like relationships, right? Like you're very good with relationships. What is the thing in your life that you've conquered, or it was a problem, or you're like, oh, it's like really easy for me, and you have some kind of system. Whatever that is, you can build a course and essentially create a brand. So I say YouTube because I've paid for courses for blogging and some of the other stuff out there. Like you could do things like pay traffic and sell your course, but I just think in terms of a side hustle for teachers that don't have a lot of money to spend, starting to just put out some videos out there, building up a following, and then selling some course. I use WordPress for my platform. It's Thrive Themes that I use. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's like cheaper. So if, you can look at that. But there's platforms out there like Teachable or Thinkific. There's other ones out there that you can just Google and search that will host your platform. I think Samcart's like another one, right? Like um, uh, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, any one of these softwares, you can host your course, you can sell it, and you can sell it at a cheaper price in the beginning, let's say like $99, and then just slowly start increasing that price as you gain more and more authority, right? Um, so I think this is like pretty powerful. If you did paid traffic, you'd be putting a much bigger marketing expense. But I say YouTube compared to blogging, because blogging is pretty competitive, but with like YouTube, I found that it's a lot more generous with like new time users. So you could find people just getting started, and you could hop onto that. And as you improve, like you could look at editing, or tags or end screens, like some of the more technical things, and kind of grow this a little bit at a time. So if you're not going to go into like real estate land funding or like this YouTube stuff, selling courses from this like affiliate marketings here and other partnerships, I would check out the service business model. So whereas land investing is kind of like a resale, you buy something and resell it for a higher amount. A service is really you're spending your time, right? And I would say like, yeah, do something with your abilities, such as like I was a math teacher for 5-6 years. Yeah, tutor math, or if you're a history professor or a science teacher, right? Like whatever your specialty is it elementary? Is it in special needs, right? Is it middle school or high school? What topic and what subjects? You can actually do tutoring here and market that on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or in certain groups, and pick up a couple clients and funnel some of that money back with some paid ads, and really scale this up. You can hire someone to do some of the tutoring teaching for you, right? So this is you pick up a client, you pick up more and more and more through referrals. You hire someone, and you slowly kind of build this up into an actual business model. So a service type of business. It doesn't have to be tutoring, but I'm just saying that because of teachers. Um, the other one, it's not really a side hustle, but a thing to consider. As teachers, you get special, I guess, special programs from mortgage brokers for being a teacher, and they like the fact that you have a W-2. So if you're gonna do some kind of side hustle and stuff, I would recommend, especially if you're young, look into house hacking. It's basically picking up a property with your income and renting out the rooms, renting out the basement, doing something like that so that other people are paying for your mortgage and you can live in your house for free. And that could drastically lower um, basically expenses by doing that while picking up an asset. So look into house hacking, and if you go kind of that route, you go the land investing route, or look at houses like creative financing, and if you want to get into flipping, you could go in that direction in the future as well. But if you don't have a house, I would suggest getting one ASAP. So these are the five different side hustles for teachers in my personal experience. Um, Land investing and land funders kind of go together, and you can go in either direction, whichever way first. Land funders is definitely a little bit hands off, a little bit more capital intensive if you have a little bit more money. If you don't have as much money, uh, or if you just want larger margins, land investing, if you have that time. I spend literally a couple hours a week. That's it. YouTube, if you're okay with putting yourself out there, some kind of small business model, and house hacking, leading venturing into other real estate activities. But at the very least, going through that process so you have um, a house under your name. So that's it. Hope this was helpful. In the description below, I do have a course for land investing. It's basically how my wife and I were able to get out of our business, out of our jobs, the teaching jobs in particular, and just doing this full time. Full time means a couple hours a week, and pursuing other businesses like the YouTube thing that I'm talking about, right? Pursuing other businesses and other things in our lives that we're interested in. So that's it. Take care. Have a good one. Subscribe and like if you like this video. Appreciate it. Bye.